work on our document query engine that we started working on yesterday. So yeah, this was just me setting up my screen. This is Instagram. Yeah, so let's continue on where we left off. So by the way, big news in town. Google has released a free API service for their Gemini, which is kind of cool because now you get free access to LLMs, and not just any LLMs, multimodal LLMs. Basically, you can upload images as well as text on Gemini, which is perfect for the project we were working on. It couldn't have been a better timing because we were already working on structuring documents and uploading them to get data. So if you somehow recall these files, then you must have joined the previous stream. If you don't, then definitely watch the previous stream where we explored docking. Now I know there was not much information in there regarding, like, we didn't write much of a usable code as such, but instead the main focus there was to focus on what docking actually is, how it performs its various operations, and we tried to explore into the details of how we can access exact image boundaries from docking, which can be used later. So I think I'll have to be stuck with Z for now. In the previous stream, I didn't had a great experience working with Z, but I think I must have deleted VS Code when I installed it. So yeah, by next stream I'll download VS Code again. Cool. Zen didn't work. I think they are working on it very regularly. So I think in a month or so it should become better. But for now, yeah, Z is not that great in many aspects. So hi everyone who is here. Um, I hope you're in for a fun time. Sorry for that. Let's continue. Am I audible as such? Why can't I see my own video? Wait a second. Let me just check if the stream is working or not. Mm, Okay. I hope it is working. I can't see anything. For some reason, my YouTube is bugging me. The YouTube app. Oh, is there an internet issue? Let me just quickly check this, guys. Really sorry for this. Is my screen visible? No. Yeah, at least you can see my screen by then. You don't have to look at my face cam. What is happening? What the hell is happening? Let's watch another video. Maybe that will fix this. Okay, I think everything should be working now. I can see my screen and stuff. So sorry for that. Let's start working on this. So yeah, so if you have seen this code before, then you have seen the previous stream. Basically, we just explored how we can convert a simple PDF file and get a markdown text out of it, and then we can also get the images and tables from the model itself. Now we didn't write a table parser as such, we'll have to work on it, but today let's focus on the Google Gemini API and see what we can work with. So let's say LLM API, and if we are doing this anyway, let's quickly reformat this code to be a bit cleaner as well, because we'll need the images and our text from this. So for now, from docking, in the previous video, we mainly explored images and text. We did went into a bit into tables, but we didn't write a parser for table as such to convert it into CSV and stuff. Now I don't want to directly work with tables. I want to either convert them into markdown format, or I want to convert them to CSV format before working with them. Now we did see the markdown format table that docking was giving to us, but we saw that in the markdown viewer, it was not really well formatted as such. So we will write our own parser for that later on. But today, let's only use the markdown text and our image that we are getting from any page as such. So let's say if we want to process, okay, so Google has a larger context window, right? But I'm not sure how much I want to push it right now. Let's take a smaller paper. Maybe 7 pages would be a good enough test. So 7 pages. Remember a paper being 7 pages. Forward thinking. This is it, right? Forward thinking. One layer at a time. Yup. If you have been following this channel, you will know this paper. This was very similar to one of the ideas that we worked on as the first stream episodes of this channel. So yeah, it was, those were the fun times. Then we sooner or later realized that it's a very similar paper has been written, but we still worked on the research paper. We had some interesting findings from them. We tried to implement them on metal surface detection. Yeah, that was good times. But okay, so you can use this paper. However, it doesn't have too many images or, you know, tables as such. So I'm not sure what we'll be testing at this point. It will just be mostly text. Images will not really help the model. In here, there aren't much of any good images. So let's find another paper. Let's again go to top research papers of this week. I just want a small paper that we can walk through. Come on. And hopefully not the LLM one. Many agent simulation towards AI civilization. Wow, that's interesting. A comprehensive survey of small language models. Let's see how comprehensive it is. Nah, we can't go into much detail right now. A new generalistic multi-agent system designed to handle complex web and file tasks. It uses an orchestrator agent that directs 4 specialized agents. Nah. Now we want to work with a paper that we already know, right? We want to work with something that we are aware of. That would be the way of doing this. Hmm. Geometry of concepts in LLM. How big was attention is all you need. See, 15 pages. I think we can work with that. I think 15 pages should be big enough. Maybe we can remove the references page as such. That should, and also these final pages. So I guess if we remove all of these, we'll be working with a, yeah, 10 pages should be fine enough, guys. Or if we are included references, we can include all of the references. Yeah, okay. Let's keep the first 12 pages of this. 1 to 12. Yep. Save in the documents. Python. Cool. So now we have this. Where is it? PDF. Oh, yeah, okay, this one. So cool. We have the PDF file. We can parse it down. So let's quickly write the parsing code again. So we just want to reformat this into a single function. So what we want is we want to give the PDF name as such, and everything else should happen on its own. And we want images, list of images broken down by their, okay, it can be a bit tricky. We'll have to write some more code there. What we will have to. So let's just say we don't even need this right now. Let's define a function, get text and image, and it will take our file of PDF file name. Then it will just, we'll set up these options. You can set it up as a class. Yeah, let's set it up as a class. What do we call it? We'll get the images and a text from it. So let's just call it our structure document. Why am I using a capital C? Def need self, and if we are given pipeline options, then that, so it can be either none. Yeah, I don't think we need to do all of that in this just PDF pipeline options. So let's just do it like this. So if pipeline options is equal to none, if I think from typing we'll have to import optional, right? Yep. So this is it. If pipeline options is none, then you do this. Why is it a problem? Yeah, that's not a problem. That's just oh. Insets self dot parse PDF, and we'll just input the PDF file name also. Yeah, we'll have to write it before that. Cool. So now we can just do self.pdf is equal to PDF file name and self.markdown text commas cropped images. So we want this per page, right? Images. Okay, we send all of the images at once to the model. I don't think it would be a great idea, but somehow we want to only give the relevant image, right? So okay, so for now we can keep the images to be manual until and unless we make a RAG pipeline for image and give image the captions from the text itself. So yeah, for now let's keep it simple. Let's say that we'll have to upload the relevant image that you want to query about at the moment. We just create a list of cropped images as such in a single file folder which you can query from. So yeah, that makes sense. Self.parse PDF, then we define a parse PDF function. Seems to be the problem. What's happening? None is not iterable. Okay, let's just define the outputs. Output is gonna be a tuple with what's it's gonna be markdown text. Text I think we're gonna get as a single file. So text string. How do you write this? And an array list. Function with declared return type tuple string list unknown must return value on all code paths. Yeah, we'll return it. So return markdown text, comma images. We have images in markdown text we get. So cool. So what we should do now is Yeah, we need to also set this above only. This will not be needed right now as such because this line basically tells the model to use uh, accurate table former mode instead of the fast one. So, yeah, so this is what should be we should be getting as an output from the image. And okay, so let's quickly use the code that we write in the previous stream. Hello everyone who is out there, who is watching this stream for the first time. We are trying to develop a document query engine that will allow us to send any kind of a unstructured document, whether it's a PDF or a PPT, and use convert it into a markdown or JSON format, which we can then directly call a LLM and run queries. So it should make our life easier as a student or as a researcher. Cool. So let's just, yeah, select our pipeline options. Cool. I think we can define the converter there also in the initialization also. Self.converter. Then we, in the parts PDF, we'll just have this and call it self.converter. Yep, missing that. Single page PDF. No, self.pdf. Cool. Now getting the result from here. Now the markdown text should be straightforward. And you should be in a close bracket. Thank you. And for the images, so we will get page-wise images. So one way is either we give it as a dictionary so that we can have it defined per page a list. So a dictionary of, yeah, if I'm able to explain myself, a dict of here we'll have strings, I guess, or int and list. Yep, a dictionary of int and lists. Again, focus on your type annotations. It will help you write cleaner code and others can able to understand it better. Now, if I give this function to anybody else, instantly from the function definition itself, they will be able to understand that the function is going to return me a tuple with a string as the first index and a dictionary of integers and list at the second index. So always a good idea to do this. Cool. And now for the images, this is a okay, so this is the image of that particular page. So what I'm going to do is for I in result dot pages, this will give me a single page. I want to say the image of that particular page is np dot array result dot pages I, no, just I dot image. So this is my single image. This image is nothing but the whole page as a screenshot. So the whole PDF is a screenshot. Now in this page, I'm going to go inside and write this code. What this will basically do is for I in result pages, instead of this, I'm going to call it I, and this is going to be, okay, so let's write better names page. And what am I looking at for cells? This if cells 0 is equal to layout and j in I1 clusters. And we don't need the table right now, so I'm going to remove this if statement. By the way, if you're wondering where this code came from, this code came from the previous live stream that we did, which we called the exploration of docking, I guess. So yeah, if you're interested in understanding why are we doing all of this, go check out the live stream. There we have gone through the internals of docking, read through some of their code, and they'll explore their library and figured out where they're storing all of these stuff. That's a great way of exploring a new library of working with something like that, because it's when you're working with a new library, it's always really tricky to sometimes know what is going on and the documentations are not ready when you are working on a newly launched library. So if you want to know in detail, go through the depth of it, just keep right clicking on the code, read through this, basically get a idea from the top. I think I had covered many of these kind of things in my previous stream. So if you're interested in, if you're more of a follow along person and want to see me doing it at the action, go check out that stream. Cool. So let's continue now. So we get to the layout cell, layout prediction. I think we should call it prediction and predictions. A lot of for loops for J in. Yeah, so prediction one dot clusters and your J is your cells. If cell dot label is equal to picture, then you are gonna get all of these details: the left, the top, the right, and finally the bottom. And after getting all of this, you can crop your image. And we don't want to write this image right now, we just wanna, so it is an array, right? We just want to store it into images. I hope page is an integer. I'm still gonna do it just for, yeah, I need to check. And I'm gonna form a default dict out of it, list, because I want to store at every page there can be multiple images, so I just want to store them in a list inside of it. So from, where do we, collections, import default dict. Yep, that's all you need. So this should allow you to store int of page. Why don't I have an exist page? Yeah, it's just the linter, guys. We obviously have the exist page right here, so shouldn't be a problem. And we're just gonna append our cropped image in here. So yeah, this should work. Yeah, this should be everything. We don't need any of this right now. I think one more way of getting the image out of this is going through legacy, and we can try that actually. Let's see what's the difference between these two. So figures is something that you wanna also output, and I think it's gonna be a list. So that's what I'm gonna write right now, and I'll say self dot figures. So one more way we found previously while working on this, so I shouldn't delete that code right now. But okay, so one more way we figured out while working on this docking library to access figures is using this result.legacy document.figures. So we can just quickly try this, how much different it is from the one, but I guess we are getting page wise images from here. So I think that should be beneficial for us anyway. So yeah, let's ignore that for now. Cool. We have everything that we need ready with us. Yeah, this should just work. And yeah, that's it. Let's go and create a new file now. Let's save it like, what are we gonna call it? So LLM we are gonna call from this file basically. So, or this is gonna be more of an experiment file for now. So let's just call it LLM call PDF to Gemini call file. Cool. So we're just gonna import requests because we'll need to make requests to the Google Gemini. And other than that, I'm gonna import from PDF parsing with image section, import structure document. So doc is equal to, and I'm gonna write the name to my PDF right here, which is, oh damn, I don't need to open all of this. So I'm just gonna copy its relative path, paste it right here. Cool. We get the document. We should be able to get the structure document out of it now. And that, yeah, that should be all. Other than that, Once I've got my structured document, which is the markdown in the text, let's just quickly look at the figures that I'm getting. So doc dot dropped images. Now I'm gonna convert this into a REPL session. Again, this is more of a Z specific thing. I don't think you really need to know this, but if you know, it's kind of cool. Let's see what we get. Everything should be working perfectly. It might take a while to run because there are 12 pages. Previously, when we did the experiment, we were only running a single page PDF at a time, and it was taking about 3 to 4 seconds, I guess, per page. So I don't think it should take that much time because a lot of that 3 4 second time must be the warm-up time of the model. I think it is really fast in context to what it is doing. It's a complex task to convert an unstructured text document into a structured one with that accuracy as much as we saw in the previous experiment. And I think I've spoken too much already. Int argument must be a string, a byte-like object, or a, what is it even saying? Or a real number, not page. Wow, is it? Is it that weird? Oh, okay, yeah, it must be a page. What the hell am I doing? So I'll have to enumerate this. Yeah, stupid bug. Stupid bug, guys. Cool. This should be working now. And, and also that, okay, so let's see. Let's look at Gemini. If we can upload multiple images at once, maybe we can use the placeholders we are getting, the image placeholders we are getting, and directly put the image link there somehow so that the Gemini itself gets the context fixed for us. I think it should be easier for the models released by Meta. So Meta multimodal LLM. I don't know why, for some reason, I forgot the training technique that they introduced. Unified multimodal meta transformer. No, that was not the name. No, Meta 3.2 used a training technique which was a combination of vision plus text models. They called it something along the lines of transformers, but there was something different. If only I can get the name of it. To add image support, what training pipeline consists of this in post training? Wow, you're not taking the name of the technique that you just introduced, right? Amazing. Wow, I really can't find it. So yeah, if you guys know about it, please write down in the comment section. For some reason, I'm not able to find it. But yeah, you get it. So basically what they did was, while training itself, they didn't try to train two different models and then combine them as such. What they did was, they, during the training itself, they gave text plus image input to the model directly and had a, I think, a unified embedding as such for both images and text that allowed them to train on images and text at the same time. So model can, ideally, in an ideal scenario, the model should also be able to generate images as such with its answer wherever it seems relevant. Because again, it's a next word predictor, and if the next token is an image, then the model should give you an image. I'm not sure if they are blocking it somehow because generation is a, I'm not really sure. But yeah, that should be the case with it. So is there a generation benchmark as well? Image generation? No, I don't think so. Okay. Vision instruction, image, college level problems, chart diagrams, visualizations, but yeah, not generation benchmark. So I don't think they are generating the images right now, but in an ideal world scenario, using a training technique like this, you should also be able to generate images on the fly when you're answering a relevant query. If the model thinks that that should be the next step. Wow, it still happened. Why is that the case? Because the REPL session started before. So let's just restart the kernel just like Jupyter Notebooks. It has not accepted the change that we made. And let's see if it works now. And yeah, so we were experimenting with Gemini. Let's open Gemini. Is it pronounced Gemini? Am I putting too many efforts into pronunciation? Let's see how it's pronounced.
Gemini or Gemini or Gemini.
Gemini or Gemini? I prefer with Gemini. Sounds more futuristic. Gemini is too bland, I guess. But okay, so Google Gemini, Google AI Studio, was it? I think Google AI Studio is the thing they have introduced where you can access these things easily. I'm not sure if it is only for API calling. I don't think they will have it only for APIs. APIs are expensive anyway. But here they have provided free APIs. So let's say I want to insert more than one images. Is that the thing that you allow? What images should I upload? Let's say my thumbnails. You can? Okay then. Then it's cool. You can try uploading all of our images at once. Can give shitty results, but hey, it's worth trying. The only thing I'll want to post process at that point would be, oh, why is it all 255 255? That doesn't seem correct. Let's do one thing. Doc.cropped images 0, and let's import cv2, and let's do cv2 dot I am right sample dot png, and by the way, it shouldn't write it here as this is already ran once and it's a slow process. You should be writing it here, and also you should have a gap between these. Yeah, just a bit of a Jupyter notebook kind of setup. What is it? Image is not a number array, neither a scalar. Are they supposed to go the other way around? No. What's happening then? Oh yeah, I get it. So it's a list of lists. So doc.cropped images 0 0. And I think on the 0th page there is no image. So 0 1 2 should be the one. And here we should have sample.png just to make sure we're getting the right image. True. Well, cute output. Excuse me. It's not what I expect you to give me. Where are all my files? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, okay, it is extracting the image correctly. I'll just check the image on the first page just to make sure what all it is extracting. If there should be an image here ideally. Listen, out of range. Perfect. Let's check out the first page as well. So yeah, just to appreciate the accuracy with which the doc layer net that they have introduced is working. So yeah, there is no image. It is not able to detect any image. Now detecting that in a PDF is really difficult. Now let's say we go on the fourth page. So fourth page, it's an equation, but it's really difficult for a model to differentiate between an equation and an image. There is nothing to tell them apart until and unless you have trained a good enough detection model. So let's see what are we getting for fourth page. Can I just, ah shit, I pressed the wrong one. Okay, we'll have to wait for a few seconds now. Or will we not? Yeah, it's cute. But okay. So we can upload multiple images at once. So we should be able to upload all of the images. The only thing that I want to do is if we can name the images somehow. So I don't think when we are uploading the images, it gets the name to the image as well. Let's try to ask it that. So let's upload an image. Let's upload this and let's ask him what is the name of this image file. Go ahead, command enter. Sure. Reading medium articles. The image is likely a depiction of a person reading articles on Medium, and the name could be reflect as such. So it's not using the name in my doc store, is it? Um, what did the name? Reading Medium article thumbnails. So okay, so it doesn't receive a name to the PDF or to the images. So yeah, that sucks. So we can't get the images like this. And we are getting a list index out of error for the fourth page. So we are not able to detect this figure 2. I think I spoke soon again. Or is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. It is the fourth page, right? Yeah. So we're not getting anything for the fourth page. For the third one, we are getting the right image. Fourth one, we ain't getting nothing. Fifth one, do we have something? Fifth one actually doesn't have something. Sixth one is fine. Seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th. None of the other pages have an image. So we are not able to detect the image on the fifth page. I think we can reduce the sensitivity to an image somehow so that we should be able to detect it. I think there is, yes, there is some thresholds that we saw regarding this. Let me just quickly check that out. So it was in the document converter and when we are running the predictions. So we are running the predictions. If I can quickly get that. Process document, execute pipeline, get pipeline, format to options, format operation, initialize pipelines. Where did I get that from? Let me just, in the predictions itself, yeah, page predictions. So I think there was some kind of a sensitivity to this. So wait, it shouldn't be here. I think in the data model. Now it will be too difficult to find it from here itself. Let's just go again. Go to predictions. How are we getting the predictions? Page, get image. So not from this one. I think when we are running that itself, there should be a threshold to each of this. I think I'll have to look at my own video, the exploration video, to find where I've found that. It's super annoying to traverse this. Maybe in the pipeline options itself. Table structure options, OCR options, image scale, artifacts path. No, it's not this one for sure. There was also PDF format options, pipeline class and backstrand. Oh, it's getting super boring now. But only if I would have been able to find that format option. So in the .pdf format option, standard PDF pipeline, there should be a way to set the thresholds to call when is something an image and when is it not. Layout model, self.abstracts path, standard library.layout path model. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is fine. Nope, this is not what I'm looking for. Should be artifacts path, generate page images, GLM model. What's this? Nope, still not able to find the, well, thresholds. Yeah, that's annoying. I'll have to go through the whole library to find this now. But the thing is, yeah, markdown format options, that is all fine. That shouldn't be a problem. Hello everyone who's joining. We are working on a document query engine. We have till now worked on refactoring the code that we worked on in the previous stream, and we are finally able to receive markdown text and images when we are passing in a PDF. So we are getting structured output. Now what we are looking at is that we just observed that this image is not being able to detect by the tokening model introduced by IBM. So we need to figure out a way to set the thresholds, reduce them in a way so that this image is also detected by the model. So we are going through their library right now to see how we can do that. And if you're here, please do not forget to subscribe the channel and like the videos. I want to work on more interesting projects, and if you're here with me, it will make it more interesting. We'll bring more people here, and that will make everything more exciting. So yeah, let's see. Doclink parser, PDF document. Come on, give me the thresholds already. There should be a config or something. Coordinates, bounding box, image row, PDF page. PDF EM, I've never heard of that one. Buy me PDF and stuff I've heard about, but PDF EM, nope, never heard of that library. Buy PDF EM. Okay, no, never heard of that. PDF object, no. Input documents, consumer region, PDF parser version 1. Doclink.parse import PDF parser 1. Wow, I can't even go to it. Doclink parse. Can't you just show me it in a nicer way? Because this is not helping. Yeah, doclink parse v2 backend. Which one are we using? I think we are using the v2. I'm not sure. Yeah, let's quickly try to find it from here. Yeah, so these are all the things that we have. Now we should have a threshold for each of them. So one way to do is one hard, like, brute force way of doing it would be to control F this everywhere till and check if it is the right one or not. So in the dockening one, abstract backend, no, you don't have it. ASCII, you don't have it. Have this, don't have this. Nope. So in the base models document.py, you have two instances. None of them are the ones that we want to use. So it's fine. Pipeline options, you don't have it. Settings.py. Oh, come on. Settings must be the one, right? No, you don't have in the settings as well. That's crazy. Let's look at the other ones as well. Layout model. Is this it? Yay, we finally found the cross thresholds. Nice, guys. Congratulations. So your thresholds adjust to capture chemical structures, for example. Cool. So how can I adjust this? I don't want to adjust it from here, obviously. Not, I don't want to change any library code. So I should go inside docklink.models.layout model. but somehow I'll have to pass it as well. Yeah, it can get a bit tricky. I'm not sure. So let's say if I do from doclink dot models dot layout model or layout model, and then finally just say layout model dot, where was it? In the layout model, we should go inside post process. Wow, it's okay. You really can't do that. They have just made it in a way that you can't change these thresholds. That's annoying. They should have used a config file or something. Oh, that's just stupid design. For thresholds, you obviously use a config file, right? You want me to play around with this. Now we can't change the thresholds. Oh, we'll have to change the library itself. That is very bad. Should we just do it? I don't think we have any other option here. They don't even have it in the init or something. They have it in the post process. I mean, I can still change it, I think. Layout model dot class thresholds. Yeah, okay, let's try this. Layout model dot. I don't think I even have dot item labels, so you don't need all of this. Just the layout model would do fine. And in the layout model, we are getting dot item, docking the course, type the docked. I spoke so fast I couldn't even hear myself. Why am I not able to get this? From docking to code types import. Ah, the import is fine. I don't need to find it. You stupid idiot. Yeah. Class thresholds. Yeah, that's the problem we are figuring out. How do we solve this? Yeah, I think we'll have to change it anyway. This will not help. Because again, we'll have to somehow change a lot of code if we want to do this. And I think we don't do that right now. So let's do 0.15 for now. And I think we'll have to restart this kernel for it to take effect. Restart kernel. Now it should use 0.15 as a threshold instead of 0.2. I think at this point we can also, instead of having it as a library, we can have it as just as we can just like copy the GitHub repo and have it as a repository, because yeah, you don't want to make changes to your library as such, but it's fine, we can undo the changes after this experiment. We just want to see that if lowering the threshold will allow us to see that image. Nope, it hasn't. If we lower the threshold even more, 0.05, that's a stupidly low threshold. Let's see if this threshold helps us. Once again, hello everyone. We are working on a document query engine, and we are trying to play around with the thresholds set by doclink, which is a new framework released by IBM that allows us to parse structured documents, unstructured documents such as PDF, PPT and stuff into structured documents. So yeah, we're just playing around with the picture threshold to see if our model is able to detect this image, and it is still a no. Now I'm not sure if the changes are taking place or not, because this should not be happening. But no, the changes must be taking place. I think we are literally hardcoding it. But yeah, I guess it's just difficult to detect with 100% accuracy in PDFs. We're still getting something instead of nothing. So yeah, you should be able to upload all of the images at once to our, what do you call it? Gemini API. So let's start working with the Gemini API now, since we have got the docking things out of the way. Yeah, it's a pretty sweet structure now. Cool. And we don't need this image section to PNG. We don't need this. We don't need this. HTML parsing, yeah. Someone in the previous stream also asked me if we can do PPTs as well with images. I don't think the code wise we'll have to do any changes, but just to make sure, I'll just download a PPTX just for that guy. Let me read out his name. He deserves a shout out for asking a query. If you guys ask good queries, you will also deserve a shout out. So yeah, keep that in mind. So Siddharth Sahu 1754, our amazing friend here, asked us, can you do for a PPT with images, tables, and charts? Now, charts we can process as images as well, so that shouldn't be a problem. Table parser we still have to write. I think we should be able to get tables as such, but yeah, that parsing it into a CSV, we have to write it ourselves, as their Markdown formatting I really didn't appreciate much, because yeah, it is not displayed very nicely in the markdown format as it should be. So, okay. So, thank you, Siddharth Sahu, for your doubt. And now let's start walking towards PPT. So, let's see. SlideShare, we can get some PPTs for free, right? Free PPT with table and images online. I don't know, random search, maybe we'll be able to find something on generative AI. Not generative AI. They are just showing me all the generative AI models to make PPTs on global warming. This should be an easy to find PPT. And introduction, blah blah blah. There are some images in here, but there is no table. Again, we have charts, but we still have no tables. So, which is the kind of a topic that will have tables with images in it? Tables, 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 tables. YOLO. YOLO object detection model. Yep, I hope this will have tables. So we have got images. We must have charts at some point. Again, lot of images, loads of equations. Docklink doesn't claim to be good with equations right now, and we were not able to detect ones. So there are some tables in this, right? Cool. Let's use this. It's a large PPT though. Can we download this? Do I have to make an account or something? Please don't make me do that. Well, I think if you can work with a PDF, you can always work with a. Nah, I'm not downloading this. Sorry, Siddharth Sahu. You can download this as a PDF and still work with the pipeline that we are writing, but I'm not going to download a PPT by logging in somewhere stupid. So, yeah, so this is all cool. Now, let's see how we can call Gemini API. Google Studio. Wow, too many insects in here. It's very annoying, very annoying. It's, yeah. Use code with caution. API's quick start guide. That's what we need. Python. So how would this help me? what about vision? Yeah, I want to use your more multi-modal. Please, my file. Oh, is that thing? Did upload file? Oh, nice. Great documentation, Google. Thank you. So this we need. I have forgotten which. Okay, okay. My terminal has not forgotten which environment we were using, so that's fine. So yeah, let's install this. We already have set up our API as an environment variable, as I didn't want you sneaky guys to look at my what's happening. Did not install. Okay, did install upgrade pip. Cool. And now this should work. What's happening? Is it already installed or something? Okay, dash q, right? Yes, must be quiet. Fine. I didn't need to use the quiet method in here. You could have talked to me all about it, Google. But okay, cool. So import Google dot generative AI as GenAI. So I hope this is what most of you have been waiting for. Finally, we are doing our work with our generative AI, Google's free Gemini API, which is amazing. So let's ignore this for now. And you want to upload images as such, so we'll have to set up a temporary folder. So I'll just import OS as I have not done it above, or I'll do it above only. Keep our code clean, and we'll do OS if OS not os.exists temp data exist. I think that's it. I don't know why there's a problem. os.path.exists. Yep, very rusty on that. So os.make dars temp data, and then what I want to do is we have our genai.configure API key is equal to os.environ. No, I don't think that's. I called it Gemini key. This should work, and we can make requests now. So let's look at this one. Yeah, so you just want to do this. Let's quickly copy this up. Media. Media is not defined. What is media? What the hell is media? What the hell is this? Half fucking code, Google. Where should I read this? Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Where is media? What the fuck is media? Yeah, I don't need this. Stupid, confusing me at such. So what I'll wanna do is, so I'll be uploading multiple files. That's the problem. So let's ignore this. So I'll have to upload them as a list or something, is it? Okay, okay. So how can I go about doing that? Okay, so I can give images as such in their placeholders. Cool, that's what we want. So let's print out our markdown ones. You'll be able to see how we have the placeholders here, and then we can configure this. So doc.markdown text. So we're just going to print this. Import os dot is not defined. Why is it not defined? Structure document attribute is not attribute markdown text. Why are you being like this to me? It has markdown text. Markdown text. Oh fuck. I'm gonna work with this. I can't work with this. Very bad word. Let's do it now. And now we should be able to see our markdown as such. Now, wherever we have a image placeholder in our markdown, we want to replace it with the image that we have detected. So then we should have it in a formatted structure and we'll be using something like this only. So this is the final structure that we want to get. Let's see. So this is our final prompt that we want to achieve, and then we can finally send it off to Gemini to do its magic. Well, it's not magic, but okay, you get the point. Yeah, so there should be some kind of image placeholder in here. This is all just basic stuff, nothing to worry about here. Yeah, this is bad. I think this is again because is this latex format? Because if it is latex format, then it is able to do well with equations. Like I'm not sure I can claim well, but it is able to do a decent job in it. Can I just thank you? Can I just see it side by side or something? What's how are we how do we do it here? Can I view as PDF? View as PDF? Excuse me, not able to see shit. If you can just scoop it over. You're annoying. I still can't see shit. Maybe. Yeah, it's just okay. So it is markdown format. Okay, that works. Models are able to understand markdown format easily. And have I lost that upload and everything? Yeah, I have, haven't I? Yeah, but I can just get back to it. And I'll again do a split view because we want to do things quickly. Yeah. So here we are. Let's look at our images. So we can upload it in any format, which is great. Always works. And so the way we want to do is we'll import UUID for now. From UUID, I'll import UUID 4. Let's all do it. And what I'm going to do is that whenever we get an image, we'll store it with the UUID and we'll store the list of UUIDs in a separate list. And once we are done with the final model, we have got the results, we'll be deleting all of those UUIDs from our temp folder. So that's how I'm going to be doing it. So yeah, and we'll do your finding if we have the image placeholder in it. That's what we were looking for. Let's just quickly search for it. Image. Yep, exactly. So this is the placeholder. This will, whenever we'll see this, we'll break down our text, backslash, insert backslash and insert the file number that we are at. So we have total of 4 images in this. So that's cool. I don't think the page-wise image thing was really necessary at this point, but yeah. So we should have, we can create our own set of images. So images is equal to how should I do right about it? So you have the images in this, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'll go in pages and the pages I'll have to go and through the images and that is when I will be able to get to. And then I should write that image down. So what I should do is for I in for page in doc dot cropped images. We just run through the values for I in page. We'll do UID4. So we'll say we'll also be storing these. So images is equal to an empty list, and we'll say file name is equal to string of UID4 plus dot jpg or png, whatever, doesn't really matter. And we'll do cv2 dot I am right file name comma I. Yeah, that should save our image for us. And we'll also at the same time do images dot append file name, so it should be easier for us when we'll be deleting the files at the end of the day. And once this is done, what I'm going to do is, yeah, you again configure your Gen AI, and I think you should do it here itself. Very simple step. And after that, once you've got the images as such, this is again in the post processing only. And now what I'm going to do is I want to define a function that's called prompt generation, and it will receive my images and at the same time my markdown text. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get splits equal to markdown text dot split at, where is that, this thing. So it will always split at this. And what I'm going to do is I have a list of splits, and for every one I want to insert, okay, so I have texts, and for I want to create a new list as such. Final prompt, and for I in texts, prompt dot append I, and prompt dot append backslash n, prompt dot append our image, which is, what's it, file name, my file. And how you're getting to my file? Yeah, my file you'll get from, you have the images, right? So every time you get an image, you want to upload it as such. So this is what you want to do. So when you are writing this down, at the same time what you can do is, so you write down the file names, that's fine, but at the same time you can have files. Media is nothing, and I'll have my data. And yeah, when I'm writing this down, I don't want to just do this os.path.join. This is what I want to do. And temp data dot, yep, this is what I want to do, right? I think all of this is making sense. And here I want to just do I comma text in enumerate. So the number of splits as such, the number of splits we are doing on a text. So here we have four image, right? So whenever we split on this, we should be getting, so yeah, just a simple thing. So 1 2 3 4. Now when we have, if we are breaking on spaces, so we have one space, two space, three space, four space. So the number of splits would be uh, one more than the total number of images that we have. So what I want to do is, whenever I get to a text, that images and the length I want to handle. Uh, okay, how do I do this? What's the simplest way of doing this? Hmm, First of all, I could have created the file right here as such, but I don't think we want to do this. One way of doing it is that you only do it one less time, and then finally you do prompt dot append. So you're doing it one less time, and finally you're appending text -1, and you're saying you have already done this, so it shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, that's a simple way of doing it. So why not? Yeah. So this should define your prompt for you, and you should return the prompt. And yeah, thinking about this, my files and stuff, it shouldn't also be like this. It should be inside our prompt generation code only. Oh, but we are assuming images are this now. Yes, I don't. Just pass in doc, and this should help you do everything. Yep, that should be all. Just need to pass in doc. And what this should allow us is that when we are finally, we don't need this. Let's use the flash model for now and generate content. Instead of passing this, we'll do prompt generation. And yeah, also you wanna ask your query. So yeah, these are the two things, and we should finally be able to give the doc here. And our query, which is, when was this paper and by which company? Louis. Simple enough question. UID4 is not defined. I must have not run this. Cool. Yay, something is going on. Obviously, these steps wouldn't take this much time. Oh, what happened? Could not create blob. Expected blob dict or an image. Got a class int value 0. Where did this happen? Could not create Bob. Bob. No, that's what they're saying. Dict or an image. Type PILR. Got a class int value 0. Where did this happen? It doesn't even show that, does it? Yeah, I think you could have been better with your errors, but fine. I think we are somehow missing something up in here. For I in page, my files I prom.append I. Oh, okay. So this should be a text, right? No, but they had a list of text only. Yeah, text should work. That's how they are doing this. Hey, and we got our first result from this model. Let's see how accurate this is. Attention is all you need. How many of you remember when it was written? 2017, it's saying. Where did it get it from? 2017, let's go. By the following Google employees, let's see if the names are correct. By the way, what kind of syntax is this? I have never heard of this syntax. It's nice. It's a nice Python syntax. So basically what it did was result.text is equal to. So it printed result.text first of all, and then whatever it was actually was, it printed that. So it's a nice cool syntax. But okay, so this paper was written in 2017 by the following Google employees: Ashish Vaswani, Noam Shazir, Nikki Palmer, Jacob Uskoreit, Leon Jones. I must be fucking up the pronunciations right now. I'm super sorry. I'm super respect you guys. But I am no better at pronunciating these. It's difficult for me. Tutax, Lukacs, Kaiser, Aiden and Gomez, who was a student at the University of Toronto at the time of the paper's publication. Yeah, that's correct. Did it miss Ilya Polushkin? Because she has nothing mentioned in terms of employment, right? Okay, that makes sense. By the way, that formatting is a bit shitty. I think because the formatting of the markdown is not very well in itself. So one way we can fix this is by asking it to rewrite the whole markdown text as such. Is there a limit to what it can generate? Let's look at the limitations of this model. So, but this is cool, right? Text generation. Can I see a list of models as such somewhere, or what, how is it going on? So yeah, everything is working for now. I'm happy with the content we have. Enable chat streaming. You can also use streaming chat as shown in the below. Role user, parts hello, role model. Okay, build an interactive chat. We're not doing this for now. We have used this method of doing it. Candidate count, stop sequence, max output tokens, temperature, generation config, that is. So let's have it here for now. If later we want to do it, we can at least have a config. I'm just gonna spread it out a little bit just to make it easier on the eyes. So yeah, you can have, I think it's list. There's a list, it can work, which is nice. I like this list idea. It is as a list, right? Yeah, it is as a list. This is good. A nice way of interacting with it. It also allowed us to put images at the right context, which is nice, which is what we wanted. Otherwise, we'll have to write our own mapping, but it allows us to do it by itself, which is good. So yeah, there is that. And let's just quickly see about these things. I'm not gonna play around too much with these right now. I just want them to be here in our code so that we can play around with them later. Candidate only one candidate for now. No, no, no. Why would we want one candidate? We should have at least three candidates. Subsequences, whatever. Maximum token count, let's keep for 1,000 for now. Temperature, let's keep 0.5 as we want to check its retrieval right now. And we can remove this also. I'm fine with just that. And in fact, not even this, we can print it out as markdown, I think. I'm not sure if it is possible in Z or not. It is not enabled for Gemini 1.5 Flash, is it? Then we'll use another model. Where are the models? Flash 8B 1.5 Pro. This is what we're gonna use then. This is a smaller version of this one, right? This one is a bit bigger. Let's see if we can run this. Wow, what the hell just happened? Cool. Let's see the results. So it's really nice. Now we have a honestly, if you're just thinking about images and text, we have a working document query engine right now with us using Docklink and Gemini as promised. But we don't want to stop there. We also want to explore tables, table parsing, running queries on table using pandas and stuff. And we also want to figure out equations. Now, the equations are not really supported or well cherished by this, what do you call this? Gemini, oh, sorry, Docklink right now. But yeah, once it is also done, we would have a much better way of interacting with things. So yeah. There is that invalid response parts. Quick accessor retrieves the parts for what's happening. Oh, you will get. Oh, you will get all three of them, is it? Nah, I'm fine then. I can just use Flash. I don't want lower limits right now. I want to work on the simple model. Let's see how far we can push the simple model. And once we have reached the limitations of the simple, small, fast model, then we'll think about working with a better model. And yeah, now we're getting the cleaner results because we are not printing that equal to thing. So we are not getting that \n and bullshit. So this is what the model wants us to see. Nice, clean, markdown output as we like it. Now let's try to ask some trickier questions. Let's try to ask questions that integrate images and stuff. So let's say in the paper. And by the way, this wanted me to check something. So let's say doc.markdown text again. And if I look at it, so if I look at any image as such, so yeah, if I look at this image, figure one, yeah, it should have that context in it, right? Cool, cool, cool. Now this will help us. So let's restart the kernel for no apparent reason. And now let's run this all again. And yeah, one more thing we wanted to do finally that we forgot here is that once we are ready with the prompt, we have everything, we have the uploaded the files and everything. We just want to delete all the files we have created. So we'll go for files in images os.remove temp data slash files. Cool. So for now we'll clear it off manually, but this should be the last time we are clearing our temp data manually. Delete this bad boy. Cool. Now we should be able to run this. Yeah, nothing else, right? In the paper, clean figure one detail. Explain the figure one from the paper in detail. Draw this flowchart on write mermaid script that displays similar flowchart to the one showed in this figure. Let's see if it can actually combine this figure and text thing. This should be a little bit more difficult. This should be difficult. Mermaid script. ChatGPT is good with it, but I'm not sure if Gemini is good with it. It should be ideally because the training set is almost similar. There shouldn't be much differences as such. But yeah, this is a comparatively difficult task. Let's see. If it has got this one, then we have done it. It's done. So let's go Mermaid viewer. Even if in some aspects if it is right, then it goes to show that the model is able to understand the okay, my phone just died. Okay, if it is correct in at least some aspects, then also it means that the model is able to understand the overall image as such. The image watching capabilities might not be good enough right now, but at least it can understand them. Again, some syntax error. What is that? Okay, output shifted right. This is correct now, right? Softmax. Any other error? I'm fixing these errors right now because maybe it is not good enough. Right. Understanding mermaid script right now, but I want to see if it is able to read inside of that image that we just told him to read, and if it is able to map that the image figure one is this figure right here. So let's see. Let's keep them side by side. I don't think we need to don't need to work on the web in this right now. We have used the API enough already. Let's do this. Boom, let's see. So you have input embedding. Okay, I can see that. After that, you have positional encoding. Then you have, I'm not sure what is calling encoder layer. Yeah, this looks like a bit hallucinated response. Output embedding, and all of this it is calling as decoder layer. And then the output linear and softmax. Okay, I think it has the elements and the shifted right. So, okay, so we can claim that the model has been able to look at the image and extract the necessary details from the image and it is able to map that. When I said figure 1, it was able to understand that this is the figure 1 we are talking about. So our prompt generation code that we have written is working perfectly. And yeah, and now we can process any kind of document as such using Google Gemini. That's kind of cool. So yeah, so I think it is time for me to make a GitHub page for this, GitHub repo for this, so that you guys can play around with the code yourself by creating your own APIs and enjoy with it. We've got a star, or I have started. Wow, okay. Nothing to be excited about then. Cool. Let's create a new repository. What do we call it? Let's call it what we have been calling these videos, document query LLM. Description. I really want using document and Google Gemini answer document unstructured document related queries using multi-modal LLM, including images, text, tables, and equations. This is a public at readme. It's fine. Oh no, wait. So I wanna initiate that in here. Wait, how do you do this? Fuck. ls. So I'm in the right folder. I'm uploading the PDFs also right now. Or maybe we can just add a git ignore. So let's say git init, and let's go here and add a dot git ignore. And here I'll write anything that ends with a dot pdf. Cool. And temp data also. Anything that ends with a png as well. Yeah, that should be enough. And also when no one needs rven and pycache. Wow. What else, guys? HTML parsing, yeah, we can keep that. We can keep this pyrite config. Yeah, who needs that? Oh, this is our git ignore. Here, I'll say, how did it even used to add a repository like this? Um, I'm totally unsure about this. How did he used to do it? Git remote something. Yeah. So it's a new remote repository. Git remote add name URL. Okay. New origin. Either add a new remote, or if you completely want to remove the old origin, first do git remote, remove origin, git remote, add origin URL. Okay, got it. Git remote, add origin. So now if I do git pull, I should, did we get the readme here? We didn't, right? So origin main. Yeah, we've got the readme now. Clear. Now, yeah. So now we should be able to git push, git commit m dash a, and the message is gonna be, it's me, can't I type? This is gonna be return experimented. So the class to output markdown, markdown plus image data from a raw PDF, raw code to access Gemini LLM, generate prompt with images and query the Gemini LLM. Gemini, yeah, yeah, that should be fine. All of these images untracked files? No, this shouldn't be tracked. Dash here didn't work. Weird. So yeah, all of these are tracked now, and git push origin main. Wow, I just made myself look stupid on the internet. It took me a while to set up GitHub, but it's fine. We have finally got it uploaded, and these are the files. You can play around with these. Hope you had fun this video. I'll be updating the readme and stuff as such. Why are there two contributors from my name? These shouldn't be a contributor. I mean, it is also my account, but this account should be a contributor in this. Oh, did it? Did I have the wrong ID on or something? Ah, shit, I must have configured the Git for that. Okay. I mean, it's fine. Both are my accounts. But yeah. Okay, cool. I hope you had fun in this video. So now we have finally integrated a large language model to our document parser. We are able to get the markdown images, markdown format and images, and we are able to input the image directly into the markdown, replacing the image placeholder with the actual image itself, and we are able to query from it. And the Gemini is also able to detect and map the image correctly to the figure caption that we are giving it to it. So we know that we can query any kind of an image for sure from a PDF. For now, some of the images we were not able to detect, but I think the model would not be 100% accurate, obviously, and there's a lot more improvement to be done. But I think still in the range of all the PDF parsers I've seen till now, this one is the best working till now. And the next steps would be to include our table parsing logic and have a model pipeline such that we do pandas query relevant to the user query that has been asked, so that the model answers from the tables very accurately and very precisely, and we are confident about that. Other than that, yeah, the image thing is working fine now. The results were also very fine. Yeah, we'll just have to experiment, collect some data of PDFs, experiment with the outputs that we are getting, and we'll have to look at the equations part. Now, if you look at doc links, GitHub, not the usage one, just the GitHub. So in terms of questions, they are saying that the next version would include support for equation and code extraction, metadata extraction, and native language extensions is not necessary for us, but that is also the case they are saying. Okay, one more interesting thing or the direction that we can go towards is creating a RAG pipeline from this instead of giving the whole context as once. If you have too large of a PDFs, for now, as you have seen, we were working with smaller PDFs. We didn't work with this research paper because it had 28 pages. We worked with a simpler paper which only had 12 pages of text that we wanted to process. Now, when you work with too large of PDFs or too much of content, this technique will fail you as the whole context would not be able to read. Now, Gemini claims a context of 1 million and stuff, but as you know, these claims are not exactly farce, I'll say. They are able to process it, but at the same time, the model accuracy would not be enough when the context is too large. So you don't want to rely on them. So instead, you want to use a RAG pipeline or a RAG pipeline basically. So for a RAG, you can use knowledge graphs or you can use a simple embedding score based extraction. So knowledge graph is pretty interesting. You can use graph neural network for node classification and search and query very precisely into a graph data structure that allows your LLM to think better as such, reason better. So that is the direction we can go forward with. Right now, in the next video, my target would be to set up a table parser and write that pandamas query side of thing. Pandamas, what I'm saying, pandas query side of thing, which allows us to write pandas query for our tables that we parse from the PDF and get more precise answers from there. And other than that, the idea would be if we can get equations as such from this model by playing around with the uh, thresholds as such. Now they are claiming that the equations are not working, so I'm not very confident on that. But yeah, the images that we were not able to detect previously, we have to see if by thresholding or by introducing something else, if we can introduce that image extraction part, maybe giving the whole PDF as a black and white PDF. If that's a thing, I don't know, I'm just speaking weird ideas for now. Maybe they'll not work. But okay, one more thing can be passing the PDF as JPGs per page. I don't know. We have to try. I can't say anything for sure. There can be some techniques. I'll have to look more into the doc layer net and their techniques to understand it better. But yeah, for now it is working amazingly. This makes sense. These were a bit hallucinated, but at least the parts that were correct are that these things it read from the image itself. You can be pretty sure about that. And this shifted right and something this can't come from memory. This definitely it read from the image. So many things it was reading from the image. So the model is able to see the image and the text and everything is working amazingly. So cool. Thank you for being here for this video. We'll be doing a next live stream where we'll be focusing on more precise things. Here we made everything work for now. We also have to work on the UI side of things when we are satisfied enough with the functioning of these things. We want to create this into a full stack app. That's the final goal. So yeah, see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Take care and play around with this code. You have the GitHub now, so just go ahead. Bye bye.